Look at that, eh? That's what that do. So today's, how can I forget? Today's the 1st of November. And I was about to say, look at this sunny weather. I mean, it is sunny, but we've got some cloud now turned up, unfortunately. So I can't say it's total blue skies. But I think tomorrow we got some wind coming in. But the weather's looking good. As far as I can see, we got some fantastic weather. Nice sunny days. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit. Today it's 23 in the shade. Can't moan at that. I'm looking at the pool now. I'll just whack it round now. I can't see anybody. Oh, Phil. He's a top man. Hang on, let's just knock that around a minute. Jan's work, still haven't done that yet. Another project. It's going to take another project. But you can see there, look at that, eh? Nice blue sky. There's a cloud in the distance. So everybody has a top person, but Phil's the top man for being first in. That's what I could see anyway, which is good. Yeah, 1st November. So, can't complain. I'll just put it back round on me now, because you don't look at the pool, do you, eh? You don't look at the pool, you rather look at me than the pool. So, I've got my hat on today, only because it's been a bit windy, my hair's all over the place. So, today's question is by Radek. So, I can only imagine that Radek is probably Belgium, or he could be Swedish, or he could be, what's that other country next door? Not France, the other one. I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, Roderick, he's asking about security on Camposol, which is a good question, really. Anyway, going back to the temperature, 23 today. I don't know if you can hear it, but the squatters have got a canary. And I have to be honest, a canary got amazing sort of tune, isn't it? It does loads of different tunes. Anyway, he's quite pleasant. I must be honest, the canary is lovely. So anyway, going back to it's the 1st of November, eh? God, we've had the wood burner on for the past couple evenings. Just it's nice just to have a little bit of warmth, really. I don't think we really need. I mean, today it's not bad. 23 in the sun. It's probably a little bit more. I wouldn't have thought the pool is any better. I would imagine the pool's probably knocking on about 19 or 20 myself. But then tomorrow, apparently, it's going to be really windy. Oh, yeah, not forgetting, today is another red day. I think they call it a red day here, because it's a Day of the Dead. It's when the families, Spanish families, go and take the family to the graves. I've never been to one of those, so I'm not really sure. I think it's nothing like Halloween. They don't all get dressed up in Count Dracula gear, and that was last night. Funny enough, the doorbell went about, must have been 8 o'clock last night. I thought, who's ringing this time of day? Anyway, so I sent out my partner, my wife, and it was some kids thankfully with their parents, and they were doing trick and treat, and it was a panic on because somebody forgot to get any sweeties for the lovely kiddies. But Jan managed to find a packet, which was amazing me, because when I want a packet of sweets, I never seem to get any. But anyway, so with the trick and treat is like, but today it's a Day of the Dead. Most places in Spain are shut now. I've noticed some of the supermarkets and most of the shops are shut because they take a day off. Good enough excuse, midweek, and they have a nice day off. But I have seen walking about here, some families about. So that's what happens on the Day of the Dead. They go and visit the graves, I imagine. I must do a video of that one day. Anyway, going back to Redrick's question, which is private security services in Camposol? No. Redrick. I think since I've been here nearly 7 years now, there's been, as far as I can remember, there's been 2 companies that have tried to set up a security company here where you pay them a monthly fee and they walk about Camposol and they obviously check on properties, but it never really took off. I think what it is, like anything else, when there's a load of break-ins, everybody's up for it. Yeah, security company, that sounds private security, fantastic. But when it comes to paying out the money, not a lot of interest. And I know the second company that was going to do like patrolling and things like that, no, I think they moved. They didn't move on campus, so they moved to a different area. But there was such lack of interest. Oh, sorry, there was a third company. There was a Spanish company as well that was going to try and do it with dogs and whatever. But it just Camposol is such a vast area, see. But there obviously you got like private security companies. I think one of them, the main one is something Security Direct. It's one of the main ones. It's a bit like the Group 4 sort of thing. I think it's part of their group. And they got like a burglar alarm system that monitors your property, things like that. I mean, if you go down to any of the like Leroy's or what's that other DIY company here? Looks very similar to B&Q. I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. Anyway, I've seen there you can get security cameras and doorbells and other things. And I know if you go into Media Mart, that's another one. Obviously, we have the hoo-ha about security cameras, about if you can have security cameras, but you're not allowed to have them facing out in the street. I think that's a bit, at the end of the day, I would do what I want to do. But anyway, apparently you're not supposed to have them out in the street, but I've seen lots of security cameras that do that, which I think is a good deterrent, yeah. Especially, I mean, I've had I think back in the where I lived in the UK, pretty bad. I mean, we had a security alarm. We had an alarm system back in the UK. We had like, what do you call them now? In the bedrooms. Panic alarms, that's it. We had panic alarms. I mean, that's not a life to live really. But I at the moment, I'm debating about getting a camera. But I probably will eventually. I think everybody seems to be going down. But anyway, going back to Roderick's thing, there's no security services here. But I mean, another good thing might be worth thinking of. If you're thinking about, I think a lot of people that have bought holiday homes here, now most of those have got some sort of like property management company. So they come around your property, check it once a week. They make sure the property's look like it's been lived in. They looked after the pool. They make sure the garden's nice and tidy. Some people use their neighbours, which is good, but I don't think that really looks after your property so much. But some people do other means. Some people don't even bother. I mean, we're going back to the squatters now. Guys, at the end of the day, if a squatter breaks in, moves in, you can't get rid of him. The only people who can get rid of him is the actual owner of that property. Now, there are places on Camposol that haven't got owners anymore because they've probably died, they've handed it on to the family. You ain't going to get rid of those squatters unless you pay them or you bring in the heavy mob. But other than that, if you've got a holiday home and you don't bother getting your neighbours involved, or you don't bother with a property management company that will look after it for you, then you're going to get, there's a good likely you might get done in. Doesn't sound right, is it? Done in. And we got today, just looking on the old scoreboard there, we've got 27 in the house, we've got 15. Anyway, don't panic too much. It's just like wherever you live in the world, guys, there's always going to be burglars and break-ins. It's just something that happens, doesn't it? And Camposol's like a town. So here, if there's a break-in, it's on Facebook straight away. And it sounds horrendous in some senses because everybody knows about it. But really, I think it's a good system. I mean, and as far as I know, each sector does have some sort of security group. And that security group, if you're a member of it, you can put a post up on there. Because people only, they're observing, they see a car going around slowly around the streets. Most times out of 10, it's probably somebody looking for property. They've seen a property on the market and they're just driving around the streets. But on the security group, they say, well, there's a car going around, he's been going really slow, he looks a bit dodgy. They won't put a number up. They're private message to people that are really concerned. Obviously, if they see something else going on, somebody jumping over a wall, then they usually straight on to alert cops or they phone up the police, and mostly the police will come out to it. But Redrick, unfortunately, unless you're thinking of setting up a private security company, you're gonna have to gonna have to really sell it, because like I said, as far as I know, there's been 3 companies here since I've been here that have tried to set up some sort of thing. At the end of the day, it's about costing, isn't it? And also what they can offer. So, Roderick, very much for your question. What I will say now before I shut off is next week I've got Chris from Upsticks. He's coming over to see me next Tuesday, and I thought if I could get some questions put together that I could ask him, and we'll probably do like a live chat anyway. But if you've got any questions you want to ask Chris, now obviously Chris deals with mainly visas, obviously non-lucrative, golden visas, those sort of things, and also if you're transporting your car over and you want to sort out the tax on it, he deals with that as well. But I thought if you had any questions, check it out first. Obviously Upsticks, they're based in Spain, obviously English speaking site. So if you got any questions, put them down below in the description, in the comments I should say, and I'll ask Chris next Tuesday about that. So that'd be nice to have a chat with Chris, and seen him for a while. So that's it then. 1st of November. Look at it. I'll be honest, I've got my trousers on. I haven't got my socks on yet. And I'll be honest, today I was thinking I might put my shorts back on, but I've made the decision now, it's my trousers. I've got 34 in the house, and I've got 24 likes. Guys, most appreciate, mate. Anyway, adios amigos. I'll catch you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow, definitely. Adios.